Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is the Captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. Well, we got some more bannings and unbannings, and, well, it's kind of weird. It's in a format called Gladiator, which apparently people love. Well, let's go take a look at it. So, before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, the comments down below, feed that YouTube algorithm. Just watch the channel. It's all I really need you to do. If you want to throw a couple bucks my way, become a YouTube subscriber like my boys Sawyer and Brandon does. God bless them. Other ways you can support the channel, we have our box opening series. All of those singles go on sale on eBay and TCG Player, where you can also get this sweet little enamel pin to help support the channel on eBay. That pin is also available on Whatnot. Come check us out Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes Thursdays, especially the next 2 weeks. If you don't have Whatnot, that's fine. Use my code here, give you $15 off, and probably a gambling addiction. But let's be fair, we already have that. So anyhow, I'll see you at the meeting later. With all that said, let's also not forget that Christmas is coming up. For that sweet geek in your life, go over to the Otaku shop, buy him some sweet anime gear. 10% off, use the code Captain Clyde. Save you a little money, along with, well, anything else you can save, because holy shit, this thing's expensive today. Yeah. Well, with all that said, let's talk about Gladiator. So, if you're curious what it is, it's a interesting format. I believe from Canada-ish area. Anyway, here's a quick rundown of the rules in case you want to try it. The format rules for the deck is it must have a minimum of 100 cards. It's a Highlander format, but unlike other Highlander variants, Gladiator is a singleton format. Each non-land card must have a unique English name, with the exception of basic lands. However, cards with rules text that set their own deck building rules, like Persistent Petitioners, Seven Dwarves are the exception, yada yada. Matches are played in the best of 3 games. Starting life total is 20. There are no sideboards, so therefore you don't need a sideboard, which also means you cannot have a chosen companion because you don't have sideboards. Cards with the companion ability are still legal in the format. You just have to put them in your main deck. Now, spells and abilities that reference outside of the game, like Fey Wishes or Mastermind's Acquisition, have no targets and are functionless. You may still include them if you just want to be bad at the game. Anyway, Gladiator is not a commander format and does not include a commander or any color requirements for deck building. So, spells and abilities that reference your commander, like Command Tower and Tome of Legends, will not have a commander to reference, and those parts of the cards will not function. You can still include these cards in your deck. Also, the available card pool features every card available on Arena, with the exception of the ban list. This includes alchemy cards and other digital-only cards, cards rebalanced for Arena play that share the exact English name as a paper card, are not legal. These cards are distinguished by the Arena A symbol in the top left corner. So, this is a very interesting Arena format that has become popular, apparently. And from what I understand, people like it a lot. And all the bannings and new cards that are coming out has actually led to, well, a real shakeup in the banning format of what's banned and what's not. And I think it's interesting to look at that. So, as we look at it, the last time the ban list was changed was here on Tuesday, June 10th. They took Tasha, Unholy Mage, Tajik, Legion's Valor, Invert Polarity, Emperor Bones, Solitude, and Guide of Souls added to the list. That was in June. Excuse me, goodness. Now, with all that being said, as of today on November, I think it was the 15th, 16th. Regardless, that has all changed in a matter of 6 months. These cards that were on the list that we just talked about, plus previous cards on the ban list, Minsk and Boo, Timeless Hero, Oko, Thief of Crowns, Tasha, these cards have been unbanned. Now, other cards also unbanned. Demonic Tutor and Emperor Bones. That's right, you can play Demonic Tutor legally in this format. Huh. Is there any reason why you wouldn't play black? Anyhow, Emperor Bones has also been unbanned. The One Ring is unbanned, and so is Treasure Cruise. Remember, the One Ring version you will play in Gladiator is the real version where you don't pay to tap it, which makes it so much more powerful. But yeah. Other cards that were unbanned as well. Solitude, along with the previous Guide of Souls and Tajik Legions of Valor, have been unbanned as well, which says a lot for White. Holy cow. Now, that being said, there's no commander slot, so you can't have Tajik forever. You'd have to actually physically draw him, meaning you may never draw him. So, it is what it is. However, I find it interesting that these unbannings are happening. And their thought process on that is, well, as the environment evolves and new cards get added, power levels change, older banned cards are not as problematic. And to be fair, probably true to some extent. But at the same time, it makes me wonder how good the format can be if it has to be constantly adjusted. And now I reason I say that, the format can be fun, but these constant bans and unbannings is one thing standard players and players of other Eternal formats complained a lot about. However, in Gladiator, it almost seems like these are welcome in the community because, well, I mean, people still play the hell out of it, so they must be okay with the bannings and unbannings constantly. It's my personal opinion, which is kind of a little different than where we are in the rest of the formats. So, yeah. Now, with all that said, you may be thinking to yourself, well, Captain, what's actually banned in the format? Well, funny you should ask, because there's some interesting ones on the list. The new ban list starts with Strip Mine, which, I'm going to be completely honest, this thing is fucking heathen and needs to be banned in every format, except maybe Legacy. Keywords there's maybe. This thing is busted. If you guys didn't play when this was a 4 of in every deck like I had, you don't know how aggravating this fucking card is. Oh my god. And no, we didn't have things that countered activated abilities. When someone laid a Strip Mine, you're just fucked. So yeah, anyway. Now to be granted, there were a lot more troublesome lands back then and no ways to deal with them. We kind of needed something like this. But the grand scheme of things, this was awful. Very bad. Very, very bad feel bads. But yeah, anyway, moving on. So, we have the Strip Mine that is banned. Reanimate is banned. Pretty much putting the voodoo on damn near every Reanimator deck that I'm aware of. So yeah, interesting choice. However, very easily justifiable by how powerful this card is, as you can jerk something out of your graveyard and pretty much end the game. Other banned cards currently, they banned Ajani, the Noctil Pariah that flips and becomes the Planeswalker. Again, this is a card that I hate in Brawl and wish was also banned because it's basically just the commander that never goes away, so you can't even really deal with the fucking thing. With it only being a 1 of in 100 cards, I don't see how it'd be that much of a problem, but I can understand that if you do draw this in your opening hand, it is a fucking nightmare to deal with. So, yeah, kind of makes sense. We also have the Psychic Frog. This one puzzles me. Yes, very much so. Can this thing be an issue on turn 2? However, playing Brawl, which is basically the same format, except you have a commander, I normally have ways to deal with this fucking thing. And you're also playing, let's not forget, 3 games. So it's not like it's a one and done kind of thing. And if you don't have enough, I don't know, removal to deal with this frog, I don't know what you're going to do if someone sits across me with a Red Rush deck. Like, is this frog more dangerous? Maybe. Is a Monastery Swift Spear and a Ragavan on turn 1 and 2 better than this? Definitely. Also, way more problematic. So, I don't know. This doesn't seem like something that's that bad, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, you guys tell me. And then, of course, Natural Order, because, well, I mean, sacrifice a green creature, search your library for a green creature card, put it on the battlefield. This thing is awful and broken by turn 4. And if you're playing elves, turn 3. Turn 1, elf. Turn 2, land, another mana dude. Turn 3, Natural Order, make something ridiculous that's green. Proceed to beat face. Yeah, this needed to go. Very, very much so. So there you have it. That's in Gladiator. Those are the only banned cards now. List has got really short. It's going to be interesting to see how, I guess, the Gladiator world reacts to it. If any of you guys ever played Gladiator, I mean, I've heard about it once or twice, but to be fair, I didn't even know it was that popular. Because, well, I honestly don't know anybody that plays it. But, I guess, you don't know what you don't know. Till next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table. I mean, it is made by Canadians. I mean, it's probably going to be fucking weird. I mean, weirder than normal American geek shit with less guns. A lot less guns. Anyway.